YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching the video. I'm doing a live feed on my tablet. What's going on? What's going on? I knew it. Milkman the Trucker. What's going on? What's going on? I got me a little drink right here. I got a little drink. Oh man, got a little drink. This ain't no drink. This is apple juice. This is apple juice. I'm gonna switch sides here. Hold on, let me switch sides. All right. Yeah, this better. It's better right here. What's going on? Hey, I'm gonna make this video. Make this video talking about an entrepreneur. Make this video about an entrepreneur. What is an entrepreneur? You know, I'm not the smartest whip in the world, but you know, to me, an entrepreneur is somebody who has a dream and like who takes risk, you know? Like 4 at home. About time you take a break. You know I'll be home every weekend. Y'all know I'll be home every weekend. At least I try to be home every weekend anyway. I mean, Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? I mean, you got a trucking company, so you can get out the truck now. You don't have to drive the truck no more. But I was going through some comments. You know, I was going through some comments, and I was kind of blown away on, like, I get these comments from guys, like, I'm not expecting everybody to agree with my videos and what I'm trying to say and my point, but some guys, they don't get it. A lot of you guys, yeah, a lot of guys, right, Jeff? A lot of guys don't get it, you know? Like, look, I'm just a truck driver. But the thing is like, in order to become more than a truck driver, you gotta take risks, you know? And like, you know, when I got my authority, well, before I got my authority, just thinking about the whole idea and just trying to like figure the whole system out, it's nerve-wracking. Like, I got this dream of trying to like build like a big company and making a whole lot of money and all this success and suit and ties and being on TV and be this world-renowned figure, right? But before we get there, it's like all this other stuff we got to take care of before we get there. So like, I got this message. Trying to get comfortable here. I got this message from Subwoofer. What's going on? Subwoofer. That's on that end table. On the end table, what you talking about? Well, it's just a lamp. But man, subwoofers, you made me lose my train of thought. So guys, y'all just don't get it, man. Like, not all of y'all. Some of y'all get it. But like, there's some guys that just don't get it. Like, okay. Got it. I feel a sneeze coming on. Some guys just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, guys expect. I don't know why guys feel like in order to get a truck, to get your authority, to start a business, you got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing. Like, there are people who've been to college who start businesses and don't know what they're doing. So, like, why guys get off thinking like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Why are you making these videos talking about business? You obviously don't know what you're talking about. Who are you to say? You ain't Bill Gates. You don't have a Fortune 500 company that's successful. You know, I talked to guys who had businesses that them failed 20 times. You know, and they're company drivers now, right? Now, I feel some type of way about these guys who fail, but at the same time, I respect them because they tried. You get it? They tried. They got up there and tried. Like, man, I had 3 trucking companies. They all failed. Hey, man, I had 5 businesses. They all failed. Now, I'm a company driver, you know, and like, now I want to ask them some questions and figure out how did they fail. So, like, where do guys get off thinking like, in order to be successful, to make a YouTube video, to speak on something, to buy a truck, and you know, have an opinion, you got to know what you're doing. Like, let me tell you something. I'm the kind of guy, like 99% of the time, I never know what the hell I'm doing, but I don't know. Like, I just jump in there and try. Let me tell you something. Last week, my girlfriend called me. She told me that the washing machine wasn't working. And over the phone, I diagnosed and troubleshooted the washing machine while I was on the phone. I was on the road. I was like, I forgot where I was, North Carolina. She called me. She's like, oh, babe, the washing machine not working. Blah, 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 blah. Can, you know, so I was like, hold on, chill out. It's you know, let's figure out what's going on here. So step by step, with the process elimination, we figured out that it was the lid switch. You know, when you're washing some clothes and, you know, you put the lid down to get the washing machine to start working. So the little switch that turns the washing machine on and off when you lift the washing machine lid up, it was broke. So like, over the phone, I told her, like, put some tape on it and you can hold the switch or whatever. The switch was broke. It's like, okay, I'm not a certified appliance technician. I'm not. I'm just gonna tell you. But what do guys feel like you have to have? I don't understand. So, okay, so like the point, like, what do guys feel like, okay, in order to buy a truck, in order to have an opinion on buying a truck, you know, where do guys feel like, okay, in order to get your authority, you gotta have some experience on getting your authority. But isn't this what life is about? Trying shit out? Isn't that what life is about? Isn't that what an entrepreneur is? Okay, so you tell Bill Gates, when he was in his garage tinkering with computers way back in 1980 something, well, 1980, 81, when Microsoft was born. You tell Microsoft that. He didn't know what he was doing. When he made his first deal with IBM computers, he didn't know what the hell he was doing. He didn't know. He's a college dropout. Bill Gates is a college dropout. You tell that to Bill Gates. You tell JB Hunt, say, hey man, you don't know what you're doing. Don't buy that truck. Don't haul that load. Don't start this big old company. You tell Walton. You tell the Walton family. I forgot the guy who owns Walmart. Well, he passed away a long time ago, but his kids is running the company now. But you tell all these businesses around the world, hey man, you don't know what you're doing. Don't start that business. You taking a risk. You don't know what you're talking about. Isn't that how America is made? Based on dreams and goals and aspirations and determination to get what you want? Isn't that what it is? Or you have to go to college to learn how to start a business? I'm confused. I don't know. Tell me if I'm doing something. It's like guys, like I feel sorry for guys. Some guys I just feel sorry for them because some guys, they don't get it. So like, if you go back in my videos, I got almost 350 videos in my catalog. If you go all the way back to my first video and then look to some of my current videos, like, that's life. That's my life. I mean, that's my professional life anyway. I don't show a lot of my personal life because a lot of you guys act like you know me, but when you don't. It's like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a finance manager. You can't talk about business credit. You don't know about interest rate. But I'm a 35-year-old man. I've been buying and selling shit my whole life. I done bought houses. I done bought cars. I done sold and bought stuff throughout my whole entire life since I was like 10. So since I was 10, 15 years old, since I was a young boy dealing with stuff in my life. So like, I don't know about interest rates and finance. Like, okay, for example, like I bought my first car when I was 18. That was my first time dealing with a financing kind of situation. I bought my first car at 18. It was an old raggedy Nissan Maxima. It was my senior year of high school. My senior year of high school, I bought this old raggedy Nissan Maxima. So, I was working at Publix. Any of you guys know Publix? I worked at Publix at that time. I don't know if my junior or senior year of high school. The car was $1,000. It was a raggedy Nissan Maxima. Raggedy. It was tore up. But it was mine. It was a dealership. I used to pass this dealership on my way to work all the time. I was working at Publix. I used to ride my bike back and forth to work. And I was living in Florida at this time. So going from one end of town to the other, it's a good 30, 45 minute bike ride, okay? So I used to pass this dealership all the time. And this is little old mom and pop, buy here, pay here auto dealership. They had maybe like 10, 15 cars on the lot. And I just happened to ride by and I stopped in there and we walked the lot and it was this Nissan Maxima. It was raggedy. It barely ran, but I paid $1,000 for this car. I didn't have all the money, but the guy let me put it on layaway. Yes, I put my first car on layaway. Yeah, I did. I put my first car on layaway. So it took me, I don't know, maybe about 2 or 3 months to pay that car off. Because I would come by every time I get my paycheck. I'm riding my bike back and forth to work. It's a 30, 45 minute ride to ride my bike to work. Sometimes I would ride the city bus. Sometimes I would ride my bike. Now, I would ride the city bus during the week. And then on the weekend, I would ride my bike. Because the city bus in that area doesn't run past a certain amount of time. So the city bus cutoff for the city bus on the weekend, I think it's like 6, 7, 8 o'clock. So my shift would be like 3 to 11, 3 to 11, 2 to 11, 3 to midnight. So if I was to ride the city bus, at that time they didn't allow you to put your bike on the city bus. Now they have a bike rack on the city bus, so you can ride city bus and then ride your bike or whatever. But so I'm just giving you my life experience and show you what guys, they just don't get it. Like, they don't get it. Like, I feel sorry for guys. Like, if that's what's stopping you from following your dreams, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. It's like, just get out there and try it, man, and figure the shit out. That's how you do it. That's entrepreneurship. You get out there and figure the shit out. Okay? If you want to get your authority, I know a lot of guys, I get calls from guys all the time, emails from guys all the time. Hey, man, what I'm supposed to do? I don't know what you're supposed to do. Can you help me? And like, in my mind, that's not how I operate. And that's what I try to do in my videos, is try to teach y'all and show y'all you don't have to be the smartest guy in the world. You don't have to know everything. Just do it and figure it out. Like, if you want to get your authority, just go on to the FMCSA website and start the application and figure it out. Okay, if you make some mistakes, that's life. Figure it out. That's how I operate. I know some guys, they're going to be like, no, it's going to cost you a lot of money. But that's life experience. It's life experience. So that effort that you got right then and there is going to help you 10 years later. So it's just like, I wouldn't be standing here in front of y'all if it wasn't for my life experience. All the stuff that I've done in my life prepared me for today. Any obstacle that comes into my life, I just walk into it and be like, I figure it out. Don't worry. I don't care. I don't sit there and bug myself about it, because it's like, it's just more shit in life that it's just another thing in life that you just figure it out. Okay, you marry somebody, right? And, you get married. You just figure it out. You buy a car and it breaks down. Okay, it broke down. Okay, you just figure it out. You start a business and you got a whole bunch of issues in your business. Well, there's there's a bunch of books you can read. You can take some college classes. No, figure it out. Figure it out. Okay, it's just like, I get in these back and forths with guys, and it's like, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. I feel sorry for you. But let me finish my story about my car. So I bought the car, and I would pass the dealership all the time, and I paid. I don't remember how much I paid. I probably, every week I would get paid, and I probably pay, I forgot, it was like 100 there, 200 here. Every week I would drop some money off, $100 here, 200 there, 100. Cause like when I worked at Publix, I was making, I think I was making like $8 an hour, and I was working about 35. I wasn't quite full time, but I was working full time hours. They didn't classify me as a full time person, but I was working full time hours. I was working anywhere from 30 to 40 hours a week, 38 hours a week. Now, remind you, I'm in high school. And then when I went to college, I was doing the same thing. So I had a full schedule of four classes, anywhere from 12 to 15 credits per semester. So any of you know about college, that's a full-time schedule. Anywhere from 12 to 15 credit hours per semester. So, and I'm working full-time. So, now I'm not complaining. I'm not asking nobody a handout. I'm just trying to make a point. Okay? So, like, a lot of guys act like what they see on YouTube, like me being in the truck, they act like they know me. You don't know what you're talking about. Look, dude, I don't need to know what I'm talking about. You can simply Google a lot of the stuff, and I have life experience. It's simple as that. So the life experience that I do have, I can go through my life and like when it comes to deciding on okay the interest rate to get on a truck, it ain't no different than buying a car. I bought so many cars in my life. Like I know, like going to a car dealership ain't no different than going to a truck dealership. Okay, I've been to car auctions. I done bought cars at a car auction before. I done bought houses. I done sold all kinds of stuff in my life. So when we talking about buying a truck, or if we talking about running a business, or if we talking about uh, personal finance, business finance, it's all the same stuff, man. Like just because you just applying different principles to a different situation. You know, we can talk about starting a business. Well, a business ain't no different than running a house, a household. When you married, okay, when you're married, okay, running a business ain't no different than running a household, economics. So if you're married, right, your spouse, when you're talking about like budgeting and paying the light bill on time and planning for a trip, or you talking about buying a house together, buying the cars together, that ain't no more than a business partner. That ain't no more like if you in a business and you got business partners, that ain't you married to these people. You got to communicate. Okay, you got to know how to deal with finances, uh, uh, planning and stuff like that. So it's like guys be acting like this stuff is like way over my head. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. So okay, great. I'm not the perfect public speaker in the world. I stumble over some words. Oh my God, accuse me for being human. Like, dudes, like, but you watching my videos though. It's like, man, folk be. But yeah, so my point is, man, like that's what being an entrepreneur is about. That's what being an entrepreneur is about. Is taking risks, trying stuff. Okay, life experience. You just using your life experience to go out here to make it and make money and make something big and follow your dreams and guys are a trip. Yeah, Jeff, like Don Snyder. Don Snyder started Snyder National from just one truck, man. Like one truck. Snyder has evolved into like this big of a company. They used to be in a moving business. They used to be in um, if you go back and look at Snyder's history, like they transformed from all kind of different businesses. Like it's just crazy. Jeff say added another truck last week, adding another next month, and everyone tells me I can't do it. That's what I'm trying to say, man. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm kind of one of those guys because I'm nervous for you. I'm nervous for you because I know where you come from. I'm nervous, but at the same time, if you wasn't nervous, you wouldn't be who you are. You wouldn't be a human being, you know. And I'm sure all your your steps and your I'm sure all your you know you know what you're doing. So even though there's some risk, you're putting on some risk, but F F it, man. F it. You only got one life to live. Hey, get rich or die trying. That's it's, fuck it. Not playing around. Not playing around. I'm at home. Yeah. I'm not in the truck. Yeah, because I'm always making videos in the truck. But usually when I come home on the weekend, I usually don't mess around with YouTube like that. But I'm trying to show y'all a little bit of my personal life here. So, you know. Yo, fofo. Appreciate the video. Don't let them hating clowns know you changing lives, man. Yeah, it's all right. They just giving me ammunition to make a video. That's all. Just giving me ammunition to make a video. I appreciate it. Free material. I don't have to think about what I'm gonna make a video about, because this is a lot of work maintaining this channel. Every day I gotta figure out, damn, what I'm gonna talk about today. what am I? I was thinking about getting into like maybe some podcasts or something like that. Maybe I can get some sponsors or something. I don't know. Like turn this thing into a real business, a legitimate money-making business, not a hobby. I mean, a lot of guys, they'll turn around and be like, oh man, you a sellout. I remember you used to make videos. But it's like, it is what it is, man. I'm giving my time and stuff. I want to get paid. Don't get mad. It is what it is. I got a big head, Milkman. Yeah, my head big. You need to cut it out, Milkman, before you get booted. I know one of my moderators gonna get you. But so yeah, the resistance, mechanically inclined, because it's like when it comes to like mechanical type stuff, or a lot of the stuff to me is, I don't want to say it's easy, but a lot of times I really don't have no idea what I'm doing. Working on the truck, working on my personal vehicles, it's just having a certain level of life experience. I think like I've been tinkering with stuff since I was a little boy, so like when it comes to either fixing on stuff or dealing with stuff that I don't know what I'm doing, to me it's just like it's not that I don't know what I'm doing. I just figure it out, and a lot of times it's just simple as just figuring it out. Because like as somebody who got tools and who fix on things, like it's easy, because it's like, okay, you know how to diagnose stuff pretty quick. Like with a car, for example, a car, there are 3-4 basic things that make a car work, right? And you can just go from there. So, for example, there's one thing a car requires is electricity. It requires air, fuel, and it requires, I would say 3 basic things. So you can kind of go from there. So if you get in your car and it doesn't crank, well, if you put the key in and it don't turn over, that's an electrical issue. So you need to maybe check the batteries. Okay, check the starter, or and then you just go from there. Now, if you put the key in, then it turns over, it goes good. Well, then it's not electrical, because you got electricity and the car is actually turning over. You can go from there. You start with the spark plugs, because the car isn't turning over. It's either the fuel or spark plugs or something of that nature. I mean, stuff like that. Some of the stuff is just basic to me in nature. So you just go forth. You just diagnose and go from there, and just go step by step, and just a process elimination. So when we talk about getting your authority and starting a business, once you start learning like some basic things, how to go take a step, So like, for example, okay, when I think about getting my authority, I didn't know how to get my authority. So like when you on the outside looking in, God, I felt like, okay, getting your authority is just so doggone hard. It's so hard to get your authority. It's so hard. It isn't that hard. It's like, I'm like, man, why did it take me this doggone long to get my authority? Because it's not that damn hard. I'm trying to tell y'all, it is not hard. But depending on who, the type of person you are, like, and if you've never done it, it could be hard, but it ain't. I would say running my authority ain't no different than being leased on a Snyder. If anything, it's easier than being leased on a Snyder. It was harder being leased on a Snyder than having my own authority. I'm just gonna tell you. Like, there's such a relief off my back. I don't have the worry. I don't have to worry for as much. It's weird. The tables have turned complete 180. Like at Snyder, I had to worry about all this stuff and all this. Now that I got my own authority, I don't worry about nothing. Like, there's tons of freight on the load board. I have to worry about. There's just an endless supply of freight. There's guys be talking about this paperwork. There's paperwork, but like once a year you might have to deal with a bunch of paperwork. You got to renew your plates. You got to renew your insurance. You got to renew maybe like your UCR or something like that. But other than that, it's not as big as what guys make it to be. Like, talking about this paperwork. Guys be talking about paperwork. I'm trying to find a mic. Make sure I'm not covering up the mic. Make sure I'm not covering up the mic on this tablet. Okay. Yeah, the mic here is on the left. But do you know where the AC recharge line is on the Thermo King APUs? Yeah, Mario Cladwell, you don't have to really know. It's like a lot of the stuff you can just Google it, you know. I mean, I know where it is, but it depends on who installed it. Because, you know, the APUs in a lot of these trucks, these are custom installs. In some trucks, the recharge line could be like down by the unit that hangs outside. Sometimes it could be on the engine side. You pull the hood open on some trucks, and then on some trucks it's like down on the frame of the truck or the fuel rail, because the hose clamps and all that, those are custom installed. So it depends on where you got the truck installed. They could be anywhere. You just follow the refrigerant line from the condenser inside the cab of the truck, the sleeper. You lift the bunk up, so it could be in that little black box. You can pull the clips back, and you look in the little black box, and you follow those refrigerant lines all the way back to the APU. And somewhere along that line, you got the high side and the low side. On the high side, you know, you don't mess with that, but on the low side, which is the bigger pipe, it's gonna have that plastic cap on it. You're just looking for the low side, and you find that refrigerant line. Usually, it's gonna be the line that's sweating with the, you know, condensation on it. So just turn the thing on. You can find that it's like a little cap. It's the low side, and it's usually be the bigger pipe, because when you find the coolant lines, you're going to have a smaller line, and then you're going to have a bigger, fatter line. It's the low side is the big, fat line. You just follow that line, and it's going to have a plastic cap on it. And those APUs, they're custom installs. So they could be anywhere. They could be anywhere on the truck. So don't confuse it with the coolant line on the truck air conditioner, because that is a separate, independent system. But it's easy. You can pretty much Google, or just, I mean, it's cake, man. I don't know. Mario is inside the box under the bunk next to the AC compressor. It just depends. It depends, Jeff. It depends who installed it. Because I've seen a lot of Snyder Finance trucks. I've seen a lot of trucks with those Thermo Kings carriers, Rig Master. I mean, it's a lot of APU companies out there, and they can put them AC. They put them APUs together like they're custom installs. They're different. Like I've been to the DFS shop where DFS dedicated fleet services, they're actually putting those APUs onto the Snyder Finance trucks. Those Snyder Finance trucks, they don't come from the factory with an APU on it. Snyder Finance order those trucks. They send them down to dedicated fleet services, and they put anytime a Snyder Finance guy or somebody's leasing a truck, they'll either order them if they get a brand new one, they'll order those trucks. Dedicated fleet services put the APU or whatever the driver's looking for, whatever the options are, they put the APU on there. And I watched those guys sitting in the shop. I watched 3 guys put those APUs on different trucks, and each guy put the APUs on differently. So they should be a straight line they should be a straight line install procedure for all trucks, but they're not. It depends on the mechanic that's doing the work. So one guy, he'll put the coolant line, right outside on the back of the cab. Because if you look at the back of the cab, you see the fan, the condenser fan outside, and then the line comes down and then goes up under the cab into the bunk, right? And then the other line goes down to the compressor on the APU. It depends on who's installing it. I kid you not. And I've seen some of those trucks actually come back because they didn't install it properly. The black truck that I had, they didn't install that APU properly because the line that comes up from the outside unit comes up through the cab. They didn't there's like a little grommet. There's like a grommet that comes up through the floor. They didn't put the grommet on there. So what happened was the line was chafing against, it was scraping against the truck and it shorted. So, it's not a one answer for everybody. So that's the point I'm getting to here. Right. Yes, I got one. I think I got one. Hold on. I got my tool bag in here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I think I got one here. Hold on, let me show y'all my tools. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. No, I don't have it. I thought I have it. Hold on, let me go and... I thought I had the hose. There's like a there's a hose that you put Jeff is talking about this hose that you use to recharge the system. You can get these. You can go to Walmart and get a can of coolant, and it comes with the little hose kit that you. It's like a quick connect that you hook on to the low side of the coolant line, and then it's gonna have a little gauge on it, and it's gonna tell you how many pounds that you put inside the system. I had one in here. It might be in the truck. It's probably in the truck. Let me see. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let me see. I can't wait to get more trucks. Yeah, man, you getting some more trucks? Yeah, man, that's good. Mario, you can't use a recharge hose from the stores. Those are for Yeah, you right, Jeff. Yeah, you right. You gotta be very careful with the with those Thermo Kings and Carrier APU units because uh they run at a different rate. So like in a car, you probably looking at 35 psi, but in an APU, I forgot because I was talking to the Thermo King mechanic, and he told me you got to be careful because those systems run at a very low pounds. You don't need that much. You really don't need that much. Probably like a can, a can of coolant, if that. Like a car, you could probably put like maybe 3, 4 cans in there, but in an APU, you don't need that much. It's very low. I mean, tell you the truth, I suggest depending on who got your unit, you can go to Thermo King and ask them. To tell you the truth, that's what I recommend because you can end up freezing up the unit. The unit will lock up. The compressor will lock up on you. I mean, if you really don't know what you're doing, I would suggest to go down to Thermo King and have them look at it, and then ask questions while you're there. So the next time around, you can kind of diagnose some stuff on your own. Because a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll take their truck down for service, right? And they'll just pay the guy and leave. But while you there getting your truck worked on, ask some questions, man. Because some of those mechanics, man, they're cool guys. They guys just like anybody else. And they work in this specific field, like a Thermo King mechanic. He does this stuff all day long. He don't mind talking to you. So you just ask him questions. Hey man, so this and that, and then while he working on it, he'll talk to you and tell you what's going on. Yeah, man, you do this and that. So like I was telling you about the recharging the Thermo King, you got you can go to the store and get a little can of coolant recharge, but don't follow the directions on the can because that can is designed for cars, like Jeff was saying. So um, if you low on coolant and the air compressor not kicking in, I would be real gentle with it. If it's not kicking in, I will go to the store, get a can, and just put enough in there and wait for the air compressor to kick in. And once the air compressor kicks in, I will stop. I would stop. Because usually, if an AC unit is not charged up, if it doesn't have any charge in it, it won't kick in. Some of them will kick in, but it just won't blow cold all the way. It'll blow cold, but it won't be real, real cold. And some units, if there's no coolant in there, it won't kick in at all. So, hey, don't take it from me, but I mean, I'm not a Thermo King mechanic. Be real careful with it. If you really don't know what you're doing, you might want to go to Thermo King and just go ahead and spend a couple dollars to get it done right, you know. But mm, it's just something I know what I would do in the situation. I would go to the store, get a little can of coolant, and just slowly add the stuff in there. Just slowly, just tap it, spray a little bit at a time, just a little bit at a time, and until you get a little bit of the stuff in there. But don't sit up there and just pump the whole stuff, pump the whole can of coolant inside the system. Don't do that because you can easily overcharge the system, and then it'll lock up on you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jeff said Thermo King and Carrier use a special recharge hose to hook to the system that has a valve stem. Yeah, like I said, man, you might just have to just go ahead on the Thermo King, man, or Carrier, whatever unit you got. Yeah, man. Shoot. But yeah, I just want to make a live feed for y'all, man. There's some stuff on my mind. I wanted to talk to y'all about, you know. So, um, you know, for what it seems like, a lot of you guys, y'all want to get a truck. Diesel Runner said, you and Jeff should do an owner-operator course and charge for. Yeah, I will, eventually. This is all part of life experience. Like, all my YouTube videos, this is all part of my life experience. You know? Like, I'm learning how to interact with people. I'm working on my public speaking. I'm building a platform. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing podcasts. I'm going to be the Kevin Rutherford. I'm going to be a Kevin Rutherford. Y'all watch and see. You know? So, cause like, like I got my authority, okay. I'm doing all this other stuff. I'm doing some side stuff, got some real estate going, and I'm trying to do other things. And like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing some podcasts. I was looking at some microphones. I wanted to get a good, decent microphone, man. And I don't know, maybe I can do some podcasts or something. I don't know. But we'll see, man, because maybe I can write a book or something. I don't know, but I need some material. I need some life experience to put in the book. So, like, for later on, this is material that I can use for later to go and publish it and grow this thing into a big, successful business. Jamaica Newborn say, I noticed some drivers having issues with ELD screens freezing up. I haven't had no problems with mine. I don't know. I haven't had no issues with mine. Juan say, hey, Fofo, I'm on my third load under my own authority. I'm loving it. Hey, man, congratulations, man. You got your own authority. Congratulations, man. Once you get your own authority, man, you be like, wow, it's just so easy. It's just so easy. I'm like, because the thing is like, okay, I was so scared about getting pulled into the scales, and like I had all this fear about, okay, being able to book loads and all this stuff. I'm like, man, what are y'all talking about? It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe because I'm thinking because I think guys don't tell other guys about getting their authority because they don't want a bunch of guys coming in the industry taken away from the work. So they just tell guys, no, man, don't come in this industry. Don't get your authority when it's the grass is greener on getting your authority. So it's like, I'm thinking. It's like, man, I should have got my authority a long time ago. Because it's like, when I first got my authority, I pulled my first couple loads of my authority, and like I would pull into the scale. I'll drive by a scale. I get all nervous. I get all scared. Oh, the DOT gonna get me. I'm gonna get put. I'm gonna get put out of service. I'm gonna go out of business. But now, I get green lights all day long going through a scale. I get green lights. I get pulled into the scale. The officer be like, hey, he climb up on the side of the truck. Let me see how many hours you got. I turn my tablet. Oh, yeah, okay. See you later. This is like, all these horror stories about getting put out of service. And the thing is that guys be talking about getting put out of service is because the reason why you get put out of service is because you deserve to get put out of service. Okay? It's like if you If you running illegal down the road, you don't think you should get put out of service? You shouldn't be fined? If you running down the road and your truck is all rigged up, janky, you driving a janky behind truck, right? Your trailer lights are out, your truck is just illegal going down the road. Everything, your truck is just falling apart going down the road. Don't you think you should get put out of service? I don't know. Your license plate out of whack. Your license expired. You don't have no insurance. You don't think you should get put out of service? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Like I pull up to the scales, right? I be at a truck stop. I pull up into the fuel island and like I look at my truck. I'm walking around my truck. I'm nervous. So being a new business out here, I'm extra nervous. I'm just on alert. I go through my truck all the time trying to find something to fix because I don't want to get put out of service. So I'm looking through my truck, making sure everything good. I'm double, triple checking, making sure everything good. The lights work, windshield, everything, the tires, correct PSI. I'm doing everything above what I'm supposed to do. It's this guy that pull in next to me. I'm looking at his truck. The bumper hanging off, mirrors hanging off. He got mismatched tires. The tires are bald. Trailer got a hole in it. The trailer tire, this and his driver's side door don't work. He got to climb. I pulled up in the fuel island. It's a guy, his driver's side door don't work. He had to climb through the passenger side to get out of his truck. It was him and his wife, his girlfriend, whoever that was with him in his truck. I'm like, what do I got to worry about? I'm doing everything by the book. Okay? I'm not doing nothing illegal. I'm following my logbook, making sure my truck is safe to go down the road. And here these folks over here, they running a janky truck. Their truck is just janky. The dude, he didn't even have a license plate on his truck. I was going in to get some fuel. I'm walking back and I'm looking at his truck. I'm like, wait, where your license plate at? You don't have a license plate on your truck? Where your IFTA stickers at? I didn't say this, but I'm just thinking to my mind. I'm like, okay, what? Is this a legitimate trucking business? Where your IFTA stickers at? He got his DOT number up there with a license plate. And I'm sitting up here nervous as hell. I don't got nothing to worry about. If these the kind of guys are running down the road, I don't have nothing to worry about. I'm just telling you, like, I don't have nothing to worry about, man. Like, man. That may fear newer guys from coming because may lower rates if they don't know the lanes. Yeah, that's possible, but, it is what it is. It's business. The business is like, okay, there's a cycle there's a cycle of life. You understand? There's a cycle of life. Okay, there are people there are babies born every day, and at the same time, there are people that die every day. Just like with businesses start and die off every day. There are more businesses that die off than businesses that grow. What that means, that's an opportunity for you. For every 10 businesses, 9 businesses go out of business. 9 out of 10 businesses go out of business. Okay? I learned that in Dean Cole's class, to tell you the truth. So for every 10 businesses, it's only like one successful business out of 10. So, man, go get your authority, man. I don't know what else to tell you. DMC say it's a different mind state a business owner has versus a company worker. As an entrepreneur, You're in control of your own destiny, but when you're an employee, they control what you make. Yeah, it just depends on how you look at it, you know. Um, yeah, back to this ELD thing freezing up. I ain't had an issue with my ELD, so I mean, it just depends on which ELD you got. If you looking at get your own authority, you need to find an ELD program that has a stable, uh, that's been around for a while. I can probably count on one hand that are good, solid ELDs to go with. You got Keep Trucking, you got JJ Keller, you got E-Road, you got Qualcomm, Omnitrax, you got I mean you got Rand McNally. I mean, out of those five, those are good, solid ELDs. Now, if you coming up with a new upcoming ELD program that ain't nobody heard but it's cheap, you might want to stay away from that. I mean, you could probably go with E-Road, Keep Trucking, or JJ Keller. I think, or Omnitrax. I think either one of those. Omnitrax has been around for a long time, which is Qualcomm. I mean, they've been around forever. They pretty much invented e-logs, to tell you the truth. I mean, but I mean, you got JJ Keller. JJ Keller is known for compliance and logging. You know, they designed the doggone paper logs. I mean, so um, you know, they designed the paper logs. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get some for y'all. Hold on. What you doing, babe? What you doing? Oh, watching me? Oh. You know, just gotta put content for the video. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so this ain't it. I got the wrong folder. Got the wrong folder. Hold on. See what y'all talking about. You funny. Trying to find my driver file. All right, I'm back. Let me see what y'all talking about. Avery Madison was ranting yesterday about the ELD kept freezing up. Oh, I gotta check that video out. All right, so let me show y'all something. So here's a driver file that I ordered. I bought this off Amazon. So see in here who that is. That's JJ Keller. JJ Keller since 1958. Okay? They've been doing the trucking business for a long time. So if you get a JJ Keller logbook or ELD, you pretty much gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. I mean, Jeff said that the J.J. Keller was giving him issues, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I got Keep Trucking. I ain't never had no issues with it. Every blue moon, the Bluetooth drop off on it, but I mean, I call up tech support and, we fix the issue and we move on. We move on. So it's technology. It ain't going to be perfect. See, look. This is, hold on, y'all. This is a annual vehicle inspection report, right? So, wait a minute. Where's J.J. Keller? Is that J.J. Keller right there? See it down there in the corner? That's J.J. Keller right there. J.J. Keller and Associates, they've been doing trucking for a long, long time. So, in my opinion, when we talk about Qualcomm and all these companies, when it comes to trucking compliance, this thing got everything in it. I mean, you can't go wrong. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think you can go wrong with J.J. Keller. J.J. Keller, It's a driver file. Driver qualification file. But anyway, I just wanted to go through with that with y'all. You see what y'all talking about. Trucking is a 24/8, 365 business. Yeah, so you just find a good solid ELD. Everett Madison called up tech support yesterday. He said they were closed. Keep trucking? For real? That don't make sense. Which ELD he got? I mean, because you refuse to understand that there's like 1,000 ELD companies out there. That's stupid. I don't remember Keep Trucking being closed. I doubt it's Keep Trucking. Because I know Keep Trucking is 24/7, 365. I mean, I know they got money because Google. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking to the side, making sure I don't put my hand over the mic. I know Google, they own Keep Trucking. That's who owns Keep Trucking, Google. Keep Trucking is a Google venture. Google owns a percentage of Uber. Who else? Let's see, Uber and Google got their hands in everything. But yeah, so I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I don't want to spend my whole weekend fooling around with these videos, but I just wanted to check in with y'all, make a little content, make a video for y'all. I hope Everett Madison figure out his ELD situation. I mean, it ain't like you can't work, because I'm thinking like, if your ELD start acting up, the DOT says you got the DOT says you got a week or two to rectify the issue. So if your ELD start acting up, you got a week or two to run on paper logs until you get the issue straightened out. There's a clause in the law that allows you to run your truck on paper if your ELD is down. So it ain't like he gonna go out of business or something, because this ELD messed up. That's a week or two is plenty of time for your ELD company to send you out a new ELD, rectify the issue, or maybe you can cancel your contract with your ELD company and get a new one. So, but I mean, guys want to make a big deal out of nothing and cry like a baby, but I mean, for Averett Madison, I think it's just what, it's just content. It's just content. I'm sure he's going to get the issue straightened out. It's just like any other thing in business. It's either that or your truck break down. It's either that or your ELD, your APU start acting up, or you get a flat tire. Oh, I hate Michelin tires. They always busting. I'll buy the tire, and about 2 weeks later, the tire keep busting. It's all kind of things to complain about. So, it's something. It's always something. Truck drivers are a bunch of babies sometimes. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching the videos, man. I'll see y'all next time.